Okay, YouTube, we're back on the Titan project here. So 2011 Nissan Titan. Now one thing I did notice, like every other pickup truck on the planet, the reverse lights are, well, quite inadequate. So you can already see one little LED light there. And then there's going to be another one in the same spot on the other side. We're going to get some actual decent reverse lights here. Give you a rundown. Basic, cheap LEDs, honestly. Got them off of Amazon, instead of 4 of them for like 30 bucks or something stupid like that. I was planning on using them on the Power Stroke, but since I only got this, the Power Stroke's just going to be a plow vehicle. So we'll still see a lot on the Power Stroke, but for now, this next couple seasons, it might be you know, on the back burner for now. However, this is a nice little light. They got some heft to them, actually, some nice weight to them. Fins on the back for the heat dissipation and all that. These are actually work lights, and the reason I bought work lights was because they will give you a nice, well-lit area within reason. When you're backing up, you don't need to see 500 yards behind you. So these will be just good enough to, you know, get down, you know, 20 feet so you can see what's behind you. And be good enough to see that. So that's why we're going with these. Now we'll go up underneath, take a look at the one I have mounted. You can see there is a little attachment rivet thing here between the bumper and the hitch. So I'm just using that area as a guide and drilled my hole in the actual bumper. Put a little paint on it to keep it from rusting, and you will have no issues there. And then I bolted it in place. So we're gonna go ahead and get the other hole drilled, get the other one bolted in place, run a little bit of wiring from these pigtails on up to the reverse lights, and have them come on with the reverse lights. And maybe even later tonight we'll get a little test shot for you here. Probably have to find a way to balance or hold the camera somewhere, but we'll get you a little test shot, hopefully showing you how much better the reverse lights are with these than without. Alright, YouTube, both holes are drilled, both lights are installed. I was going to tap it into the tail lights, but we got a better option. And if this will focus, there we go. You can see the third one down is backup lamps is the center. And then your ground is the top right. So it's actually labeled on the plug, which makes my day really, really easy. So we've now hopped underneath. I disconnected this so I can pull out the retainer and check the wiring for you. You won't have to do that if you follow my video, because I'll tell you what colors you're tapping into. However, I've done that to find out what wires go where in the plug, so I'm good to go with that. I've come up to here, right on the hitch, and you can see a bunch of wiring. This is where a trailer connector runs up. I'm going to go ahead and tap into that to power the backup lights. So we're going to find the right color wire, which I'll tell you what it is when I find out. Tap in there, power the backup lights, and tap in for the ground also. So it's just 2 wires. I have to extend these wires from the lights out. So that's not going to be too hard. A little bit of wiring there. Should be fairly easy. So we'll get that all done for you, YouTube, on the 2011 Titan. And we'll get some awesome backup lights on this thing here. Okay, YouTube, all the wiring is ran. That one ran up into the harness underneath the back of the bumper. The whole way crossing down, those push clips were very easy to get out, so I just took those out. So I have all my wires hanging right here. This one just runs up and into the trailer harness and down. You finish feeding these other 2 through the trailer harness once, so I can get down into here. And then it's time to connect them in. We're connecting to hot. There we go. My arms are falling asleep. Getting all tired from reaching up there for all those clips and wire running, but we're connecting to the hot, to the yellow with a red stripe, and the ground to the obvious big black ground. So there's where your connections are. We're going to make those connections. Obviously it's going to be a little hard to show you from under here, but another tip for you is loom anything that is still out, like this here. I'm going to put some loom on and use heat shrink. So you can see heat shrink butt connectors were used here, and so no water gets in. Heat shrink butt connectors are the next best thing to soldering with heat shrink. I'm not feeling like soldering everything. I've used these for years and stuff and had no issues with them, so that's where we're going with this right now. We're going to get the ground and hot hooked up, put some wire loom on it. We'll probably have to run out and get some for that, but put some wire loom on it and call it a day. Okay, YouTube, we have removed the tail light to tap into the actual backup wire here. It is the red, the white or gray stripe there. It's the one that gets 12 volts to the backup light bulb when the reverse lights are on. I actually hooked it up the way I originally did, and it's had some issues, so that'll be covered here in I put it in before this, showing the two options for you. But this one is the backup light bulb connection method. You pull your tail light lens out. There's two screws. It looks like about a 10 millimeter here. Go in here and in here. And then after that, there's just two little clips on the body that retain into these here. As you can see, the tail light's in the upside down position right now. But after you get those two screws out, it just gently pries out. No big deal. So I'm going to tap my wire into there, and then I'm going to run that down and into the feed for the relay. So we'll show you that in a moment. Okay, YouTube, I'm not sure if you can fully see what's going on in this rat's nest here, but I am going to clean it up and loom it and all that good stuff. Right now this is just for functional usability, so you can see what everything had to be done. I'd extend out every wire I was tapping into. This wire here, the white with the blue stripe, is going to be your 12 volt source for your power on your trailer hitch. I'll move them out of there, get you a better view. The big black wire, that's your ground, and these little brown wires are what are running to the actual lights. So that's why there's a lot going on there in that connector. The yellow with a red stripe there, you can see it. That is your reverse light wire for your trailer. For some reason that wasn't functioning properly. I was only getting like 4 volts or something there. I don't tow any trailers with reverse lights. I don't ever really plan to, and if I do, well, I don't need them. So that being said, it just was what it was, and I let it go at that. Over here you have your two reds. If you can see through the mess. Those two reds are going to be the power to the individual lights, and they come off the green wire in this case on the relay. So I'm not going to tell you how to wire up your relay. You can Google that and figure it out yourself. There's multiple ways to wire these things, but I'm going to tuck mine probably right up in there. Put a relay in it because you always want to use relays when the factory wiring is so small. So I put a relay in it, covered in electrical tape pretty well, so it's not going to get wet or anything. The top of these is sealed as long as they're not cracked. So you'll be good there, and I'm going to zip tie it right in that position there. And then I have the other wire. Here's the input signal wires going up to the tail light, as I discussed. And that's the best way to do it, is up to the tail light there. Because that worked out very well for me. So other than that, I think we got everything shown as far as the wiring, and we'll get you a video of them working and call this video done. I'm going to get this all cleaned up now and loomed up and make it look pretty. YouTube, we have light. So there's my LED backup lights. Yeah, a little bright out now, but you can see they're actually functioning. Maybe once it gets dark, we'll get you a quick little video of them showing you where they shine. I may even add in more. I'm not sure yet, so we'll see how that goes. Okay, YouTube, you can kind of see how well it lights up there. It's good enough to see what you're going to be hitting. We're going to go ahead and adjust them a little bit, but that gives you an idea of how much light you actually get. And that is a good 30 foot or so back that we're getting noticeable light still with these little LED work lights. Alright, YouTube, and here is a video showing the lights from the mirror of the truck. I'd show you a rear view shot, but I have a toolbox pretty well blocking everything right now. But you can see how well that lights up that area. And you can see it lights up pretty good on the other side too.
Daddy.
And that is my kid in the background. That is Cyrus. Say hi to Cyrus. Cyrus, say hi to YouTube. Say hi, YouTube.
Hi.
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 Oh, YouTube, we're going to go ahead and get this video done up for you and get it posted. You can see how well that lights up in there, in the blind spot and in the normal mirror. Okay, YouTube, that is how to install auxiliary backup lights on a Nissan Titan. 2011 is the year I use, but I think they're all pretty much the same. And thank you for watching. Please keep updated and make sure you subscribe to Peterson Auto.